Okay, I'm looking at you through the tiny little screen on this new camera. And I hope that you guys can see me and see the hive. This is Mimi. We are going to go into Mimi's hive. Today is April 13th, and it's reaching about 60 degrees today, though I'm not sure. I don't think it's 56 degrees, but super sunny. I wish it was warmer, but, and I'm hoping this mic is working. I wish it was warmer, but I have a lot of time constraints this week, and I won't be able to go into these hives later this week. And if I'm afraid of that, if I don't, especially for Miss Lee's hive, I might be missing some bees here shortly, because this week's weather, although it's calling for like a couple cloudy days, maybe a windy day here or there, the temperature's gonna rise up to 60s, mid 60s, and even into the 70s. So it's gonna be perfect queen flying weather. So that's good for my hives that are currently rearing queens. And it might be good for Miss Lee's hive, who I might have left a charged queen cell in there. And if they were to swarm, it would be within the next couple of days, because the mother queen usually leaves her hive few days before the new queen emerges. Got my mic here on my veil. I'm gonna put on some smaller gloves. My bee friends who make suggestions on my videos, whom I'm very thankful for, suggested I get smaller gloves. And these are definitely smaller. They fit my hands better. However, they feel thin. They feel so thin. And I'm just like, if those thicker gloves did not keep a sting from happening last week, or not last week, but last inspection, I don't know how these are gonna do. But I can't be having swollen fingers. This is a no-go for me. They're so tight, it's kind of hard to get into, but once they're on, they're on. All right, for Mimi, we're just gonna be checking on her and probably adding frames. Let's see, I have my list here. I don't know if you can still see me way over here in this wide angle. I have add frames, possible drone comb adding, because they have a queen, she's healthy. And maybe, so I was at the bee meeting this week, and dandelions are out. Redbuds are profusely blooming right now. We are on the border of, the flow is going to be crazy here shortly, but the flow apparently is on. It is on right now. So the changes I might be making to the other hives are possibly taking some of their funny honey frames and saving those for fall. I think I let my smoker go out. No? It's still going. I'm excited to test this new camera. It has 19 hours of recording time. Look at that nice smoke. Ooh, yeah, baby. And on the SD card. And it should have 2 hours of battery, plus I have some extra batteries. So we should be able to change batteries now, which is great. I don't know why I feel nerves right now, but I do. So let's look at her. They are all out and about, which I'm really glad. I don't know if you can still see me, but I was really worried about Renee. Lots of pollen going in. Ooh, ladies, good job. I hadn't seen much activity on Renee's hive at all, due to maybe the colder weather. I'm not really sure, but it was making me kind of nervous up until today. This warm, even though it's technically still in the 50s, the sunshine is shining. And, spilled some water. Sorry, ladies. And they are taking full advantage of it. So I might let them finish off this feeder, and then that's it. I might take it today. I might take this today. the flow's on, so and if they're doing well and they're this healthy, they gotta stop being lazy. Look at dirty my hive tool is. I need to clean that. Hello. Couple of dead over here, but not bad. These are my old gloves that I usually wear that are not doing great. I always like to put down something soft. Got a couple of dead bees over here. Strangely enough, some of them have their tongues out. I don't like that. Some of them are drone, and that could have just been from the split, and they were just like, we don't have resources, and we don't want to spend time on these guys feeding them and stuff, so that's a possibility. Will that fit over there? Let's test it. Crack. They're such a small colony. There's just like barely any bees. This is it. This is all the frames take up right here. That's not a lot. That's not a lot of bees. I have a feeling we are going to be giving them space today. Yeah, because they're already trying to build on the upper part here. They look really good though. Yep. They look good. That back piece is gonna fall off, but that's okay. There it goes. There it goes. You know what? I think I'm just gonna lift the whole thing. These two boards are kind of stuck together, so make sure my queen isn't doing some funny stuff and crawling on the top boards, but this is a good amount of bees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still 8 frames of bees. Let's see if they're building and such. Oh, they're purplizing. I see some young bees. Love to see that. And I see some fresh comb. Some new comb. Yes, that's beautiful, guys. Wow. Alright, you know what? Because they're so healthy, I think I am going to put some drone cone right here. And then add some frames for them to expand. And they're doing so good, I think I might just make them work for that pollen. Or, sorry, nectar. Because they are doing excellent. Let go. Yeah, this is all new comb. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Wow. That is a packed frame. Packed frame. Yeah, we're going to make them work, I think. I think that's what we're going to aim for. And I'm going to add some frames here. This is nectar, so I'll probably, I'm just going to throw in the frame now. I'm trying to get them. I'm wondering where my frames are. I'm trying to get them to maybe like a normal size brood box. So give them some, say, brood frames and then some honey frames. I think I can't be for certain, but I feel like we might be entering in brood here shortly. This all looks like new new foundation. Since I have thinner gloves, I will I will smoke the edges here. Oh, it's so light. Is that brood? In case my queen is on here. I see some drones, some beautiful drones. Oh, you guys are so beautiful. Well, clearly you're healthy enough to sustain a few drones in here, so love to see that. Oh, they're so pretty. They're huge. These drones are huge. They're definitely noticeable. This, I believe, is brood that they might be covering. I don't know. Yep, brood. Okay. So I am a little weary because the temperatures at night aren't gonna be great. So I actually don't want to add that here. I'm gonna add that on that side. Is what I'm gonna do. Why? Because I don't know if you can hear that motorcycle with my mic system here, but I don't want to mess up in case they do cluster, which they will probably in the evening. I want them having a buffer of resources next to the brood comb, because that's kind of helps like with insulation, keeping them warmer. Got some interested bees on me. I'm just moving these frames down because all I want is to put in the drone comb, and then I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it because they're gonna have to build the wax out first before Miss Queen here lays any eggs. Wow, hold on. I might have to. Oh, hi. Flew at me, bro. This is brood. Oh my gosh, those drones, man. This is beautiful brood. Is the next frame nectar or is that brood? Let's look. Because I can't tell. Doesn't look like there's any comb building on this one over there. And doesn't look like they are building anything on there. This looks like a resource frame. That's what that looks like. Yeah, that's what that looks like. But they are building on this. They are for sure building on this one. Oh yeah, they've got a little bit of building on the other one. Not a lot, but some. I'm thinking, because if this is where this starts, and I just said I didn't want to put an empty frame. Sorry. Next to their brood, but I also have to get them to build it. That's a resource frame. That's brood, right? Yeah, that they are feeding. All right, so you know what I'll do? I will keep their resource together, right? Because it's got to keep the pantry next to the nursery. They got a lot of feeding those babies to do. And I am gonna put a drone cone in. It should be pre-waxed, though to be honest with you, it doesn't look like a lot of wax. Probably should have waxed these, but I am lazy. Not lazy. I'm actually really busy right now. And I just don't have time for that. So we will do this. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? To encourage them to build on this side, because this is from fall of last year. And they are building on this side, clearly. I'm going to flip this. I'm going to flip this around. They've started, so they'll keep going. How nice and gentle these bees are. They're so good. You guys are great. Look like you're doing great. Queens look like she's doing her job. I saw eggs. I saw larvae. I saw capped. They're doing excellent. Alright. So how many frames do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to leave these for them for a brood area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they will have 10 frames for a nesting area, for the brood area. And I'm going to add the supers. They have a brood space. We're going to utilize our flower board. And we are going to add some honey supers. I actually do want to use the blonde frames. So this is too wide. This is too wide. I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's not gonna work for me. We are gonna start with just a few frames. And actually this has some comb building on it because it's from last year. Oh, hi drone. How did you get on me? How did you get on me? Let's see if you can see it. Is this still working? It is, I think. I'm swiping. Can you see that drone? Or is my camera blurry? Look how big it is. He's cute, isn't he? I think they're like Michelin men because they got so many like, I don't know, they're just like big. Big, chunky, cute guys. All right, yeah. So we're gonna put this together. I added 3 honey super frames. You know what? I'm gonna put 5. I'm gonna put 5 in there. Those were the ones from fall, so they had a little bit of comb built on them. So I'm hoping putting them closer to the queen excluder will be like, hey, look, this has comb on it. You know what to do. All right, so we have 5 super frames, honey super frames, and time to close them. I hate putting them back down together. I'll take them up together, but I don't want to put them back down together. What to do with these guys? There's not many of them, but they are up here, and they gotta go. Thinking, thoughts are happening. This isn't gonna work probably, but we shall see. Where's the hole? Nope, that didn't work. Nope, that didn't work. Okay. In. Good job. Good job. All right, because I'm stealing this. Sorry, but I'm stealing it. We got a couple of ladies who are not very smart, and they want to stay. They tuck themselves up and underneath. Here, let me see if I could just... Hey! Okay, now I can tilt it. I got a bunch of dead bees. Not a bunch, just a few. This is... I can't see because my screen falls asleep. Boop! Alright, so this is the few that are in there. And these are some ladies who want to stay. And I'm trying to tell them, you can't stay. You gotta go. You can't stay. It's a little bit messy. Wasn't as clean as an exit as I would have liked for them, but they don't always listen. In you go. Everybody in. Boop. Boop. They will find their way on the other side of the queen excluder. The follower board. So you can still go underneath of it, usually. And they will be fine. There we go. Nice and tight. A little bit too tight. They're bowing just a little bit, going like this. But it's not bad. And honestly, all the freaking hives do it. So long as they're tight. Whoop. Bye. I'll still leave their insulation. There's nothing wrong with leaving insulation on the hives. So I'll put this back on. And now they don't have a feeder, so they gotta go out and get food. But now I know whatever they bring in, it's gonna be honey. It's gonna be actual honey from the actual nectaries of flowers. So, good stuff. All right, we're moving on. We did Mimi's hive. We added frames. We did a drone combo, or drone comb, and we added honey supers. I'm gonna leave Carol and Sharon's hive for last. Actually, I might leave Miss Lee's hive for last. Let's go check on Renee. How about that? That's another easy one. Let's go check on Renee. Let's not make it complicated.